just Rasmus Conan, getting off the second part of my video for the night. Only 10 minutes, only 10 minutes. But I want to reiterate, when you find strength, pull on it. When you find inspiration, dwell in it. When you find joy, revel in it. Because darling, when you are alone and no one is there with you, it would be nice to have a man, yes. But let's not descend into what it would be nice to have. You will stun people that are looking for ways to counteract the essence of your spirit, determination of your well-being, and the solidification of your character. That, darling, they cannot medicate. Neither can any Ambien or any Zoloft be of comfort to you or any guidance. Simply finding that inner strength from your young. I say to all high school children, grow happy, indulge in friendship, know as much as it is to know as far as your interests. Don't forget the teacher behind the desk. Be a person of knowledge or a person of direction, and if none of them, then find your own direction, or get another mentor or whatever it is, or get another inspiration. But such is life. I have been fortunate to be an observant, quiet child, and astutely determined young, I call myself a young girl, a Hermes girl, Grand Duchess Rasmus Conan. I have lived around liars. I've heard lies told in my life. I mean, it's hard when you hear a parent telling a lie and you know that's not the truth. What do you do as a child? You become belligerent because you love them. But I become to understand one thing. As I understood, I had a great dead-in-life perception of my mother. And I remember one year I returned to Jamaica, and she said something that dimmed that perception and that light. I refused to believe it. But at this time, I see it. I understand it. And I understand her for the person that she is. I don't judge her, God bless her, but that's not my type of person. And that was not the crisis that wasn't and will never be is my loss of her, because we were never at loss of each other. We were in tune to each other, and I disliked her character. I would never had a friend like her, as much as she would not have a homosexual friend like me. And so therefore life said it for what it is, and we could never be friends again. Neither enemies. There is no hate, but what there is a separation of character, a separation of people that cannot be comfortable around each other. And I say that, I wrote this little quotation today. I said, hard lines are drawn when the mighty, forlorn, the unaware succumb to fear. The affair strongly contended, but the innocent free disagree and fight with the fee, and fed wisdom victory fest. And what does that mean to me? high and mighty, anyone of power, anyone that says they are in control, anyone that exercises authority over your situation, your life, or so forth. Do you hate them? Do you judge them? No. But you are the unaware. And just like all the mistakes that are made, which mistakes are normal, but if they're continuous in your life, you need to make a change. Do you succumb to the fear of being bullied, being harassed by police, security, law enforcement, whatever it is, or the army, whoever it is by authority? A lot of people succumb to that fear and live in psychiatric nightmare as well as physical nightmare, fear to even leave their house. And the fear of the mighty is strongly contented. They never accept their mistake. They step out of office, step out of the limelight, and come back. And we, the sheep, we just follow the same shepherd to the same cliff because we want to live happy. We want the peace and comfort the Constitution recommended or guaranteed to us. Fortunately for us, America is not in that state today. It is obtusely lopsided. What does that coincide with? I'm not going to judge that on the president. He is a part of the structure, yes. They are part of this. If they are part of this psychic network, that who is evil and who is good and who should get out of office, and we should drop a bomb on them because he's evil. That's not my call. That's their nightmare that they're living with. That's their apocalyptic nightmare. And we suffer financially because of it. And they strongly contend this issue. But the innocent, meaning those free of from their forced labor, contended, disagree, and fight with whatever they have, strength of character, for a victory. Not victory for one, but victory for all of us. And I speak my situation, my family, and my military to prove to people that you do grow up, you are born to, and you are fostered and you are educated, but you do not have to tolerate injustice. You don't have to tolerate being blindsided. You don't have to tolerate injustice, whether it is in your home, at work. You don't have to. You have children to feed. I feel you. You have to live somewhere. I feel you. I feel you. But there's some of us that steps out sometime to bring to your ears what is not necessarily and will not be heard and will not be broadcasted, because who owns the media? I'm not going to say any of that. But we know them for what they're worth. We know who owns the shares and the stock market and so forth. But it's not Mrs. Flower Girl that works in the bakery shop and have 5 children and makes $5.25 an hour. It is not Joe, hardgoer, that works any odd job to feed his family. It's not us. We are their charity. Well, it's time for that to change. This is me, the Grand Duchess Rasmus Coden. Have a great evening.